We're just waiting for the all important record button, and there we go. Boom, we're in. It's Friday, and you know what that means? Fantabulous Friday with two sisters. I apologize for a hoarse voice. That happens when you go out and you laugh your ass off, which I did last night. It was so much fun. But good morning, everyone. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, aka Lady Canna, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Lady Canna and what that means, and a published author with two
Sistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva, and I upgraded myself to 5.0. Now, 5 is my favorite number, so I kind of had to work up the ladder there, and we're just going to stay at 5.0, maybe. But anyways, it is Fantabulous Friday. We had an amazing guest on yesterday, Trisha Nelson, who obviously was part of the 200th episode. And she was a little surprised before we went on. We said, hey, guess what? It's our 200th episode. So she was so excited for us. And she did send a really nice email. So I want to thank Trisha. Can't wait to have you on again. And if you have not already done so, check out her website. And she's actually doing a 5-day sugar challenge. So go ahead and check that out. So today is Fantabulous Friday. Now, perception. How do you feel about perception? That's my question of the day. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
That is so true, and I think we're a little frozen, a little weird. The vibes are a little bit in and out. So I'm going to keep talking, and hopefully we resolve that issue or it resolves itself. Sometimes we're not in control of that. Wouldn't it be nice to be in control of the web bands, but we are not. So we're just going to go with it and see how we go. Yes, perception. A lot of people, when they think about perception, it really kind of goes hand in hand what you see on social media. People put a perception of one thing, but another thing is going on. And you kind of wonder, I think perception and attraction marketing kind of go hand in hand, because I think we're at a point where we're so over in abundance of ads. Who's doing what? Where's one person going? What is going on? What's the latest news? Buy this item. And we also know that with being on social media, marketing knows what we like. And they just have this perception that you're going to like whatever they're selling. You look at that from the social media aspect. You also look at perception is, a lot of people on social media also present, and you get the perception that life is good, that their health is good, that their wellness is good. They may post a few pictures of healthy food or, in their workout gear, but are they really understanding that it doesn't matter what you look like, number one. And I think a lot of things that turn people off from going to the gym in person, because everyone had, these nice outfits, hair was done, makeup was done, and they're going in there and they've got these rock solid bodies, and that can be intimidating. So sometimes perception is not what you think it is, because then they can leave that gym and they could be going home to a bad relationship. They could be going to a miserable job. They may be really unhappy within themselves. And I love that we chatted a lot about addiction, and a little bit of that was perception, that we don't always know how to kind of dig deep to know what the root of the problem is. So it's easier to put this, paint a picture, and people have the perception it's one thing, but it's not. What do you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, just think of, for instance, this past year and how everything obviously had to turn on a dime. And I think you heard a lot, obviously, parents, everybody's working from home. Zoom is really taking off. And then you have, MLMs, networks, marketing, whatever you want to call it. And thank God a lot of people had that to fall back on. And it's not that, for instance, I've tried many companies. I'm just going to be totally real here.
I love it when you're ready. I'm going to go grab something, so you keep talking.
Okay. And Yes, I have tried several different companies, but what I want to say about that is I wonder through going through that if I was doing it for the wrong reasons, which was probably why I was never successful. And plus, I had a fear-based perception of myself based on going live, doing posts. So why would I, as some people may know, a couple weeks ago, I signed up with Savvy, and that's an athleisure wear company. And it occurred to me, oh my God, this is it. Because I'm constantly asked, oh, you're always in athleisure wear, how are you doing that? Where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? And something clicked in my brain. Now, whether you want to purchase from me or not, like, I don't care. The perception I received from this company is worth more to me than selling something. The camaraderie, the empowerment. So that's my take on MLMs. And just for everybody who's out there, I mean, this goes without saying. You go to a movie, you go to a restaurant. Well, of course, people want to share that. A friend may ask you, hey, have you ever been to this restaurant? Oh, yeah, I went there. You should go there. You're going to love it. So why does that have to be different for people who are in that type of a business? They're doing, regardless of what company it is, they're doing it because they love the product or they love the company, or maybe it's a combination of both. So that's kind of my take on perception.
And that is so true, because part of the issue, and everyone knows that I am in direct sales and have been, and I'm super excited about my new pink pills, and I'm going to have some information on my personal page on my new pink pills and how to get the filth and the metal crap out of your body. Two great health and wellness items that I absolutely love. And I've already noticed so much of a change. But I think part of the reason people have this perception of direct sales company is the industry itself. It's the nasty, ugly aunt that you don't want to talk about in the room. And what happens is the industry, and I've said this for a long time, and that is why I've kind of, I'm very much into health and wellness, but a piece to that for me, an intricate piece to be, has to be making sure that everyone feels welcomed at the table. There are many, many direct sales companies that are not taking charge of the industry, and they have a responsibility. And what frequently happens when you join a company, and usually most people join because they fall in love with the product, that's very normal, very common. What happens behind the scenes of direct sales is not very worthy, and I could do a whole segment on that, to the average person that really just kind of fell in love with the product. Sometimes there's pressure. Sometimes the person that gets you involved doesn't have the skill set to understand the business mindset that comes with direct sales. It is a business. Now, if you want to treat it like a hobby, that's the flexibility of direct sales. You can do it as a hobby. You probably won't make a lot of money at it, but if that's all you're just looking for an extra few bucks and you love the product, there's nothing wrong with that. But the industry as a whole has to do a better job of making sure that people that do join do feel confident and comfortable that they're welcomed even at that level. And I think too hard the network industry, the direct sales industry doesn't acknowledge that there's some bonus buying going on. There's some really not really good, what I would consider good business practices going on. And that has damaged the industry because some companies still are doing that old salesy type of marketing. And that's a turnoff to people. When you're authentically you don't have to really go out and broadcast it. Now, you do have those people that are influencers, what I would consider an influencer. Some may do a big announcement of where they're going. Some may do a post, and those things are fine. But part of the problem is, and it's with any industry, and I think when you're in business, there's a certain cattiness that goes along with it. And that's the part of direct sales that needs to change. You want to make sure everyone feels comfortable. You want to make sure that, hey, the ability to be successful is infinite. You got to put in the work. Direct sales is different in that you're the one who really determines your worth by what you put into the job. So if you're only putting in a couple hours a week and that fits you, that's fine. And that's the part of the industry that sometimes some people feel pressured, like I'm not producing enough. So, they're not, the big wigs, the people on top they're not going to want anything to do with me. Or they make you feel less than because you're not producing. For me, the camaraderie, the actual emotion that goes into, making those friendships and being around the table and being welcomed around the table is paramount for me. And I think it's paramount for a lot of people. And that's the part of network marketing and direct sales that needs to change. You got to make sure everyone feels welcome. You got to assist them, but don't do the work for them. You have to guide them. And that takes leadership. That takes good quality skills. You just can't float the carrots of the lifestyle. Like a lot of companies float the lifestyle. Well, that lifestyle, it looks awesome. It gives you the perception that, wow, this company is amazing. But when you have the top leadership really start to get catty, now you get maybe a few people leaving, going to another company, and then they start talking about those people. And, you can't talk to them. Well, let's face facts. I'm sure any owner of network marketing would say that they came from another company. And guess what? They took their people that they brought into it, because people don't follow a company. They follow people. And that's one of the biggest mistakes network companies make, is they think, well, I've got this product, people are going to just flock. That may be true to that's a small percentage of it, but people flock to authentic people. Hey, I trust you. I know this product's working. Tell me more about it. Oh, I heard you chatting about, getting the metals out of you. How do you do that? Like, you're being authentically you. You're sharing from the goodness of your heart. Does it take also reaching out to people? A lot of people don't like doing that, but it does. But you don't have to puke all over their page. You don't have to be salesy in a message. You get to the point, especially if it's someone that you don't know. One thing that I learned in direct sales, which is part of the problem of perception, is a lot of people talk about you have to build rapport. And not on social media, in which is probably going to go against the grain what a lot of people normally think. You build rapport when you're in person. Absolutely. You're at a party, you're socializing, you're building rapport. But if you are truly trying to build your business, you got to look outside your warm market. So you have to actually chat with people that you don't know. Well, how do you do that? If you're upfront with them and you kind of get the sneaky elephant out of the room, say, look, you don't know me, but I'm building a business in blankety blank area. Would you be interested to see, what I'm building there? If not, no worries. So I've already identified that they don't know me, so they know I'm not a creeper. I'm not giving them this perception that we're friends or we met in some group unless they truly know that we met in that group. I'm not going to do the perception garbage, okay? I'm going to get to the point. I'm building a business, love the product, love what I'm doing, would love to share it with you, but if it's not a fit, then let's see if it's a fit for you. And guess what? If it's not, no worries. Now, some people will be like, wow, thanks for letting me know that we don't, like, now I realize, okay, we don't know each other. They're not automatically going to realize I'm not a weirdo. I'm identifying that we don't know each other. I'm asking them if they're willing to. I'm not just sending them a link. I'm not sending them pages. I'm not sending them pictures. I'm saying, hey, would you like to see it, to see if it's a fit for you, either from a product standpoint and or from a business standpoint. And guess what? If they say no thanks, say, okay, no worries. If you got anyone that in your area that might be interested in hearing about something, please let me know. Simple as that. Go on to the next person. So there are ways to reach out to people in network marketing, but not being a salesy puker, not reaching out to people that you don't know and trying to build fake rapport, which people does not work. Learn that, done it, not going to work. But the other piece to this is networking companies need to understand, direct sales companies need to understand and kind of get with the times, and also really encourage that their leaders really lead their team instead of the whole gossiping and who's doing what, who's bringing in who, and who's this person going to. That becomes not what you signed up for. You signed up because you wanted to see what the product had. You signed up to see, hey, does that fit real good? You know, I'm an active person. I want that new sports bra. I need that. And these are all things that sadly, the people that are not in direct sales have the perception of why they don't like direct sales, because they see, God, this person is messaging me again, they're harassing me. And part of that is because they just are not getting the proper leadership to, hey, like, that's not how you do it. Let me show you. Because you don't wake up one day and say, oh, I want to be in direct sales. I want to be in direct sales company. You don't do it. Most of the time you fall in love with the product.
Right.
So,
and
pitch on that. What do you think about that?
well, I just want to show everybody my new lip gloss, which I am wearing.
Ooh, that's a pretty.
This is from a friend of mine who I found out was selling Mary Kay, and I've always loved their lip glosses because I'm not really a lipstick person. And had I not seen her post, I wouldn't have known. So
right. Isn't that nice to actually support her than going to CVS?
Exactly. And that's well, along with what you chatted about, that's kind of the missing thing, the link with that. The other thing I want to address is, I'm not going to name companies or names, but the perception of somebody going on their page and doing a live, which is fine. I've done that myself. Obviously getting more and more comfortable doing that, you know, from doing 200 episodes of TwoSistas, right? You guys, I hate that. I'm just going to wait for a few people to, and you're waiting for 5 minutes. Like, you know, I can see a minute, two, maybe a minute and a half, the tops. But if you are in direct sales and you're doing that, you're losing out a lot. And that's all I'm going to say about that topic.
I'm going to add a little to that, because it is one of my biggest pet peeves with people. And there are a lot of people that I know that do it, and I've corrected them on it. It is the rudest thing. It is arrogant, and it doesn't show that you value others' time. It's the most annoying thing, because to me, it's like we're going to a dinner party, and I'm going to arrive about 20 minutes late. I want everyone already to be ordering their drinks so I can make my grand entrance. It's total bullshit. It doesn't show respect for others. Just get to the point. Start talking about good morning, like get the chatting going. You don't. The other piece to that is they're looking, am I on the right page? Am I on the right page? Can someone tell me if I'm on the right page? They buy time by asking people if they're on the right page. Hey, meatballs. You clicked on your Facebook page, you know you're on the right page. And I don't care how many message groups you're in. Like, don't be ridiculous, okay? Like, just stop being ridiculous.
Right.
Stop being this fake influencer. And those that I know that do it, and then they turn around and are nasty on the other side of that. You don't think people see that. You don't people think, ugh, I want to get away from that. That's not what I want to be. I want to be who I am, raw, real. And oops, if I make a mistake or stick my foot in my mouth, own it and move on. Don't be this like you're this one person in front of the camera, but you're really a nasty human being behind the camera. I don't like that. Just be you. Just be you.
Absolutely. And on this Fantabulous Friday, this is our 201st episode. Who knows what's going to happen when we get to 250? We may have a party.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I want to leave with everyone today is good vibes. Now, you might think that we have kind of bashed that injury. We have not. Okay. So I want to make that abundantly clear. Like I said, my gal, Teresa Holly Howard, thank you for that post. I would have never known. Consider that when you see one of your friends, or maybe a friend of a friend that you may be friends with. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for something like that. Give them a like, check it out. Oh, that looks nice. Make a little comment. You never know where that would lead you. And that's my take on perception. On this Fantabulous Friday, this is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and I am with Two
TwoSistas, and this is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, Lady Canna, published author, and I'm going to go out with Fantabulous Friday with a very important pickleball match.
Ooh.
Pictures later. But you guys have a great day. Do something, be positive, help and be supportive of those that are in the network marketing direct sales industry. Support them because it's kind of like I would say like a mom and pop store. That's what you're supporting. And those in network marketing surely appreciate it. But also just be kind to other people. Be authentically you. Don't give the perception you're something that you're not. Guys, have a great day.
Bye, everyone.